Man, Madden 21. Let's get into it. I really need a haircut. I just now realized that. Wow. Oh well, maybe after the video. What's up guys, Flippy Donkey here, and I've got 5 ways that we can make, hopefully, Madden a little bit more enjoyable, especially for the franchise players out there. Coming up right now, let's get into it. But first off, this video is brought to you by Vishla, named Aggie. No, I'm playing. Just got a new puppy and she is a handful. But anyways, 5 tips coming up. Here's number 1. All right, so this is probably the most obvious one, but adjusting sliders. So for those of you who don't know, maybe has never even dealt with sliders, there are a ton of sliders on the internet where you can find them for your play style, whether you like to do something that's more realistic, if you like a simulation style, if you like more of an arcade style, if you want it to really simulate the NFL, or do you just want to produce the same stats in a shortened amount of time frame, they've got it. Or if you just want to simulate the entire franchise and you just want to handle all of the organizational moves, bringing in players and drafting, they're there. I actually linked my sliders down in the description below, so make sure to check those out. You can also look at some of my other videos on the channel to see if those sliders are maybe just for you. But I do have a video on those and I will put them down in the description below. So if you want, go check them out. Like, really. Go use them. So really, this is the first step, but it's really very important to make sure that you tune in on those Madden sliders to adjust your play style, because everybody's play style is a little bit different. I may be better at passing, you may be better at running the ball, you may be a better defender, I may be better overall in just the offense. So you need to adjust those things according to your play style so that you get the most enjoyable experience possible. Number 2, play calling. So we know that any experienced Madden player, after a few hours after release of them getting their hands on the game and playing it, that they'll already have pinned down the best plays to use during a game. And because of this, we kind of tend to use and abuse those plays over and over again because we want a good outcome, right? We want to win. And while that's cool for like head-to-head, competitive matches, online play, those types of things, what we're really after in our franchise modes is realism, challenging experience. At the start of every play, you are given 3 plays to choose from, and my challenge to you is to only use one of those 3 plays. So this means not going into the playbook and choosing your favorite play whenever you're desperate, down 5, down 10, down 20, whatever the case may be. And this causes you to branch out and learn some of the other plays in Madden. Learn your playbook through and through. It's going to make you a better player overall, but it's also going to challenge you because you might be in a 3rd and long and you really want to use that one play that you like, but the computer gives you 3 plays, or we're gonna say coach for this matter, keep things realistic. And those 3 plays might be terrible plays that you're not comfortable with, that you know with what the defense is playing, that you're gonna have a really tough time of completing a pass, but you have to choose it anyways. And if you do convert, it's gonna feel so much better, but you're also gonna learn all of those plays. You'll learn when to throw the ball, when to get rid of it, how these routes develop, and it's gonna make you a better player overall, but it's also going to make every game challenging and fun and on the edge of your seat. So number 3 is user control on defense. So a lot of people might even use this and not even know it, but I think very few actually carry it throughout the entirety of the play. And what this is choosing one player on defense at the beginning of every play and sticking with that player throughout that entire play. And there are a few things that you get from this. The first being that you have to rely on those other 10 players that are all controlled by the computer to do their job every play. This really lets player stats shine, and whenever you get to see one of the players that you're not controlling force a fumble, get a strip sack, just get a regular sack, get an interception, it is so much more enjoyable and a rewarding experience, especially in franchise. And guys, I'm telling you, it makes it so much more fun. Number 4. Now number 4 is just like number 3, except it's on offense. So number 4 is no user control after you throw the ball. So once you throw the ball to your wide receiver, running back, tight end, or whatever, that's it. You have to stop. Take your hands off the controller, off the keyboard, if you're one of those crazy people who play Madden on the keyboard. We're not controlling any player after that ball is thrown. Again, this does the same thing like we were talking about in rule number 3 or way number 3, is it lets those ratings on that player shine, and it really gives you some pretty cool animations because of that. If you've got a player who is really good at high pointing a ball and jumping up and catching it, you get to see those animations a lot more than if you're controlling them. If you have a player who has really good run after the catch abilities, then again, you're still gonna see that. You're gonna see them catch that ball and turn that ball upfield versus if you give it to somebody who doesn't break out of their cuts as much, they'll catch it, be very slow, round that corner and get stopped. So again, it brings a little bit more realism into the game, but at the same time, it's a challenge because you as the user, you can take that, make a juke, break free, pick up extra yards, try to run someone over, pick up those few extra yards. But if you're relying on the computer to do it, there'll be a lot of situations where they might not reach out and pick up that extra yard. They might make a bad play or a bad decision that costs you a few extra yards. And again, while that's frustrating and you might say, oh, that's not realistic, let's think about the NFL every Sunday. There are a lot of boneheaded plays. Guys running out of bounds before they pick up first down, guys running into the end zone at the end of the game instead of just stopping at the goal line. There are a lot of boneheaded plays in the NFL, so don't expect Madden to be perfect. And tip number 5, or way number 5, is kicking accuracy. So I've definitely saved the most wacky way to improve Madden for last, but it's very fun and very challenging. We know that kicking can not be challenging at all, especially once you kind of get used to the timing mechanism of Madden. And you can be 60 yards out, wind in your face, and still nail a kick like it's nothing. So I saw this tip a few years ago online, and I really, really enjoy it. And why don't I use it in my playthroughs? But I use it in my own private games, and it makes things so much more fun. But the idea is to use the kicking meter to direct your kicks on which way you want the ball to go. So if you time your kick late, and this is with a right-footed kicker, your kicker is going to pull the ball to the left. And again, this is with a right-footed kicker. And if you time your kick early, he is going to push the ball out to the right, missing the field goal. So while this definitely takes a little bit of practice and there is a learning curve with it, this will make kicks a lot more tough, and it'll make for some very interesting situations late in games. You'll definitely have a lot more fun. There'll be a lot more tense kicks. Your hands will sweat because you don't know if you've directed the kick too much to the right or to the left, just like a kicker would in real life. And when you do make these kicks, oh my God, the feeling is awesome. So there you go, 5 ways to improve your Madden franchise to make the game a little bit more enjoyable. Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell icon down below. Stay up to date on more ways to improve your Madden playthroughs. For more Madden updates and other sports related content, check out this video on my sliders. I don't know which way it is. And I am Floopy Donkey. Peace. I'm out.